3, 2, 1.
It's rare that an artist secures icon status through the strength of her debut solo album alone. But not to every artist has the talent of Miss Lauryn Hill. A member of the popular hip-hop group from the 90s, The Fugees. On its release 24 years ago, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill achieved near universal critical acclaim. At the 41st Grammy Awards in 1999, Lauryn became the first woman to win 5 or more awards in a single night. The album became the first hip-hop record to win Album of the Year. And through all that, Lauryn's legacy in the 2 decades since her arrival as a solo artist hasn't been so rosy. At a pop cultural zenith, she abandoned the limelight, noting its tendency to fuel insecurity and warp her sense of self. She said, "I had to fight for an identity that doesn't fit in one of the music industry's boxes." In 1998, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill made history, a debut record that claimed space in hip-hop culture for Black feminism and remains significant today. Lauryn Hill's lyrical themes broke the silence of Black feminist issues in hip-hop and claimed unprecedented power and space. These days, audiences view Hill mostly as an erratic figure known for showing up hours late to her own shows and for having had to serve time in jail for tax evasion. Now, we don't want to paint a brush that make artists look negative, but let's keep it real. Hill is incredibly complex and I'd argue deserving of far more generosity for her cultural contributions than she typically receives. The things that make her so consequential, so radical, are the tremendous ways in which she's persistently pushed back against an industry that tends to swallow Black artists whole and rob them of their identities. Lauryn Hill was and still is renowned as one of the best MCs in a group. She also signed to a major record label deal with Columbia Records. At the time of making the album, she was pregnant. In the Miseducation's liner notes, it mostly credited Hill with producing, writing, and arranging the entire album. In an interview, she commented, "I write songs that lyrically move me and have the integrity of reggae and the knock of hip-hop and the instrumentation of classic soul, a sound that's raw." Lauryn Hill was basically self-actualizing before our eyes, proving at just 22 years at the time she was a Black magic woman, capable of anything at a time when few believed female artists, especially those in the hip-hop world, could do anything and sell millions of records. In another prestigious interview, Hill went on to say, "This is a very sexist industry. They will never throw the genius role to a sister. They'll just call her diva and think it's a compliment." But Lauryn Hill's radicalism extends beyond her lyrics, in particular the ways in which she fought for autonomy, where the sometimes treacherous industry is also deserving of attention. It was said behind the scenes that she despised the manufactured international superstar magazine cover girl she felt she'd become. In an interview, she said that the industry is a small space designed for consumer mass appeal and dictated by very limited standards, and she wanted out. In this light, one thing that makes Lauryn Hill stand out is how boldly she sought to take to task the very system that catapulted her to international stardom in the 90s. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill feels newly relevant. To some extent, that's because you can still hear traces of it. But more than that, this revisiting of the album reveals how it and the artist behind it continues to inspire the sound and sentiment of the industry. Few artists have marked culture as profoundly as Lauryn Hill did with her solo debut. And even fewer have done so without having to forfeit their truths for the attendant fame. With that being said, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. You've been watching Educate the Mic with Lauryn Hill. My name is Gary Harrison, and remember, stay humble and stay hungry. And as we do that, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.